EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
In motion goes McLeod. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. A play fake. Now Penix. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
At their own 24-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Beating him there with his legs, 21 yards, first down. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Daniel Jones punching it in from a yard away. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, able to avoid him. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll throw with Penix. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Looking to throw Penix. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Throwing Jones. Throw here is incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Jones. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match. And maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
He's got room past the 30, and he'll be out right at the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. All right, so they'll march backwards on the illegal block in the back.
And that's always a really tough call for the official, and I tend to give the benefit of the doubt. Remember, a block from the side is legal, but that time, they made the determination that that one did come in the back.
A gain of 3 brings up second down at the 43-yard line.
To the air, Penix. And complete to Drake London. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Robinson up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A nice effort and an even nicer stop from Kwity Paye. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back in the 46.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish it.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And Pittman going to have a Colts first down as he's up to the 44-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. They'll look to throw here on first down. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
39-yard line.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Operating from the gun, Jones. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Third and 8. Back to throw. Jones. Down to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. They start on the ground with Robinson here. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
You give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. And looking to throw, Penix. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Penix. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
Now Penix. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded him, but not much thereafter. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
47-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Finding room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Excellent effort defensively. Tackle for loss goes to Leonard Floyd.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So on 4th down, Spencer Schrader on here for the Colts field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright, and it comes back, it's no good. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative.
alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Operating from the gun, Penix. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. He'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, 61 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
2-yard gain.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. That was a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs, 27 yards. And the Colts are once again back in front. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. A solid stiff arm. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
What an advantage having a elite guy to build a defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Second and 9 now. Short throw caught by Pitts. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want to catch the football first.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Left side, he finds Pierce.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll look to throw again. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd down and 4.
Back to throw. Jones. That's to his tight end, Tanner Warren. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts,
It's a gain
as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones.
He'll get this one to Pittman. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Jones.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be Falcon football.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think probably you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this 2nd half.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
They'll look to throw. Able to complete this one to McLeod. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
A play fake. Now Penix. That is caught. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
First down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
The Colts are going to get him. There he goes. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
They'll throw with Penix.
No, bobbled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the one I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Looking to throw, Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. To the air, Penix. That's caught by Warner, the tight end. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. He'll drop to throw.
Here's a screen for Robinson.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that will lead to a third and goal.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
They're able to hold them to 3 there, and that leads to a fourth and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Now Jones.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
Oh, the gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up the third down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. That's a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Throwing Jones.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further.
Looking to throw. Jones. This taken in by Downs. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
18 yards. Brings up second down at the Falcons' 45-yard line.
Off the option, here's Taylor. Dances by him. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's taken down inside the 30. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and win? Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley-Cox, 27 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8.
Falcons 13.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Falcons
about set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Penix. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense getting a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth.
On the give, here's Robinson.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Quiddy Pay on the tackle. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9. They'll go play action here with Penix. That's complete to the tight end Warner.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways.
Bijan Robinson.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Falcons have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they'll begin by running the option.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw.
Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw. Jones.
Down the field, he's got 1. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get 3 down the 34-yard line.
So where all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Colts on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones. Pass taken in by his big tight end. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
That's good.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They go play action here on first down.
To the left side, he's got Warren, the tight end.
And they'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now again to Taylor. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
He was taken down.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pierce. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Daniel Jones taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Colts will add to their fourth quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Falcons 19.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
At their own 24-yard line.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
Well, he gave one defender the slip, but others waiting in the wings and dropping him behind the line.
A loss of 2.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. In motion goes the tight end.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. Over the middle, caught by London.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
And looking to throw, Penix. That one deep for London.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The handoff. This is Taylor. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And they're going to be centered down around the 15-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Daniel Jones, an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
The Colts will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll let Taylor try and run.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here's Penix. He's got Mooney.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Here comes 2nd down. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
They're going to look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down.
They'll look to throw into the hands of London. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. They'll throw with Penix.
They're able to complete this one to McLeod. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Complete to Ray McLeod. A gain of 15. First down, Falcons.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Penix.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
This is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
Penix working out of the gun here.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. DeForest Buckner getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So it's a win here for the Colts, and it's thanks in large part to the play of their quarterback, and that's Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about filling up the stat sheet. Try these numbers on for size, Brandon. 2 touchdown passes, 3 touchdown runs. That's 5 total touchdowns, and you're going to come out victorious just about any time you put up numbers like that.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.